Hello everyone and welcome to some more math time. Let's take a seat at our electronic desks and learn about how to add mixed numbers with regrouping. What does this mean, you may ask? Well, let's find out. For our first example, we're going to take this kid here, Mr. Barry Allen. And Barry here loves to run, so every day he runs 1 3/4 miles to school. After school, he then runs 1 3/4 miles back home. How many miles is he running in all? Well, as mathematicians, we know that in all is a keyword that tells us we are adding. So let's add it up. 1 3/4 miles on the way there, plus another 1 3/4 miles on the way home. How many miles is he running in all? In our last video, we learned that when you are adding mixed numbers, so numbers that have a whole number and a fraction part, we add up our fractions. 3/4 plus 3/4. These are like fractions, so my denominator is going to stay the same all the way across. And 3 plus 3 is 6. We then know that we're going to add our whole numbers. We have 1 whole mile here and 1 whole mile here, so altogether, that's 2 miles. Now, Miss Pellegrino, you may be saying, that's not so hard. But we have one more step we need to take care of. On our answer now, we have 6/4. Now, 6/4 is an improper fraction. Our numerator is greater than our denominator. So this fraction here is representing more than one whole. And right now, we're not dealing with improper fractions. Think back to our title. We're dealing with mixed numbers. So we need to turn that 6/4 into a mixed number. So let's look at how to do that. If you don't remember how to do that, there is another video called Converting Between Mixed Numbers and Improper Fractions that you can check out. It goes over a couple different ways to do this, including the way I'm about to use here. To turn 6/4 into a mixed number, I'm going to say, okay, we have 6 pieces, so I'm going to give myself 6 pieces, 6, and I know that every 4 of those pieces is a whole, and I know that because my denominator is 4. So I'm going to grab another color here, and say, okay, every 4 pieces is one whole, so I'm going to draw a box around my 4 pieces. And I can see that 6/4 has 1 whole and 2 extra pieces left over. My denominator will stay the same. So 6/4 is equal to 1 2/4. We are still not done, however, because we still have 2 whole miles that we need to add on. So we need to add this 2 whole miles plus our 1 2/4 miles to get our final answer. So 2 plus 1 2/4. Well, 2 plus 1 is 3, so he's run 3 whole miles and then 2/4 of another mile. So altogether, our friend Barry has run 3 2/4 miles every day. Now, let's summarize. Take a seat back at your electronic desk. Let's pull out a piece of paper and let's take some pretend notes. Our steps for adding mixed numbers with regrouping. First, we added. Then, we converted our improper fraction to a mixed number. And last, we combined our new mixed number with any existing wholes. Let's try one more example where we put these steps to work. Let's go back to our old friend Barry. Let's say after all that running, he decides to stop in at the candy store. He gets a couple bags and fills them full of candy. Once he's got his candy, he takes them over to the register to pay. They weigh his bags and find that his first bag weighs 4 3/8 ounces and his second bag weighs 3 7/8 ounces. How many total ounces of candy is Barry buying? Now we know that total is a key word for addition, so we're going to add these up. First, we'll start with our fractions, 3/8 and 7/8. We have eighths, so we know our eighths are going to stay all the way across. Remember, like fractions. Our numerators, 3 plus 7 is 10. Now we can go ahead and add our whole numbers. 4 plus 3 gives me 7. So I could say, well, Barry is buying 7 10/8 ounces of candy. However, we do not want those improper fractions. Remember that today we are doing mixed numbers. So we need to turn that improper fraction into a mixed number. 10/8. Well, That 10 tells me that I have 10 pieces. So I'm going to make 10 pieces. Let's do it up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this 8 tells me that every 8 pieces is one whole. So let's grab another color here. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and box in our 8 pieces as one whole. Those leftover 2 pieces become my new numerator, and my denominator stays the same. So instead of 10 eighths, I could say 1 and 2 eighths. Now my last step was to combine my new mixed number with any existing wholes. We already had 7 whole ounces from when we added the first time. So now we just have to combine our 7 and our 1 and 2 eighths. 7 plus 1 is 8, and 2 eighths just comes straight down. So we could say that Barry has purchased 8 and 2 eighths ounces of candy. Or you could also say it as 8 and 1/4 if you're good with your simplest form. Think you got it? Let's find out. For this last part, I want you to try these problems on your own. So go ahead and pause the video, try them out, and when you're ready, hit play and we'll go over the answers. On this first one, we'd start with adding our fractions, just like before. 2 plus 3 gives me 5, and my denominator stays the same. Our whole numbers here, 3 plus 1 gives me 4. So my answer would be 4 and 5/4. However, we want this as a mixed number, so we're going to turn 5/4 into 1 and 1/4. Now we can combine our whole number from before with our new mixed number and say 4 plus 1 and 1/4 equals 5 and 1/4. Got it? Let's try the last one. 5/6 plus 3/6 gives me 8/6. 4 plus 1 gives me 5. We want to convert 8/6 to a mixed number. So I can convert that into 1 and 2/6. Last, I'll want to combine my other wholes with my new mixed number to get 5 plus 1 is 6 and 2/6. Or, if you're good with your simplest form, 6 and 1/3. That is all for today's video. Go ahead and try this on today's assignment. Good luck, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.